Hey dudes, it's RelaxingMr. C here, bringing you another meme video about everyone's favorite sci-fi shooter series, Halo. I'm making this video because we are finally getting Halo Reach in the Master Chief Collection, and I kind of want to go over each of the games and talk about which ones are my favorite. I'm including the main entry Halo games and not the spin-offs like Halo Wars or Spartan Assault. So having that said, I'm going to be ranking these in the order that I think they belong in. I'm taking into consideration every aspect of the game and what they have brought to the series. Let's let the hatred touring begin, because I know people aren't going to like the order of the games that I put them in. So the Halo game that I like the least and also have the least amount of playtime is Halo 5, which I know most people will agree with me on. And it's not because it's a bad game, but it's really because it didn't feel like Halo to me. They really focused on the competitive multiplayer side of things and tried really hard to make it big in the MLG scene, and I think they had moderate success with that. The multiplayer is definitely the best thing going for Halo 5, and that's because the campaign is complete and utter garbage. Instead of focusing on Microsoft's mascot, Master Chief, you're a group of Spartans searching for him and trying to take him down. While the campaign has some really cool set pieces, it's just lacking in story and length. The next game on the list is Halo 4. I'm sorry 343 for bagging on your games, but they're just not good in my opinion. Unlike Halo 5, Halo 4's story is actually pretty good in my opinion. I really like how they talk about the Prometheans and where the humans stand in the universe. I didn't want to read the trillion of Halo books out right now to understand the backstory, so that's why this was so cool to me. With this game though, it was the start of the end of the traditional Halo multiplayer. They introduced loadouts, kill streaks, poor map design, bland color palettes, every map looks the same. That's kind of how it is multiplayer. They did add Spartan Ops in this game, which gave it a lot of replay value, but this is just where Halo became Call of Duty and it lost its charm. And that's really all I'm going to say about it. I'm going to move on to my next favorite Halo game, and this is where I started to get a lot of dislikes in the video, and I'm so sorry for the Halo fanboys, but Halo 3 is the next one on the list. For you keyboard warriors out there, before you start typing in the comments, let me get some things off first, okay? I want to say this is an absolutely fantastic game. There's nothing wrong with it at all. The campaign finally finishes the fight against the Covenant, and the level design is superb. I can remember each level very distinctly, and that's a great thing to have with a campaign. This is also where I want to praise the sound design in the series. Every sound and gunshot sounds so crisp and iconic. The plasma rifle sounds like it could melt through armor, and the brute shot and rocket launcher feel and sound like they're f***ing up your enemies. On the multiplayer side of things, the game is probably the tightest and most well balanced in the series. I personally don't like the way the BR feels compared to Halo 2, but that's just a pet peeve of mine. All the maps in multiplayer are iconic, and they brought back a few of the best maps from the past Halo games as well, such as Last Resort. This is also where they introduced different armor sets you can customize your Spartan with. And I just remember me and my friends back in the day trying to get all the achievements so we get the Hayabusa armor with the sword on the back, because it was tied to gamer score. What really made Halo 3 special for me was Forge mode and the fact that you can make custom games. My best memories with this game was playing with my friends all night long, playing games such as Ghostbusters, Halo on Halo, Duck Hunt, OMG WTF BBQ, Nazi Zombies. I could go on for days on end about the custom games, and that is really what made Halo 3 a great game for me. Moving away from that, we are going to move on to the next game, and that is Halo 2. Now, this Halo has the best feel to all the weapons in the series for me. The BR is perfect in every single way. They introduced dual wielding in this game, effectively replacing the assault rifle with the SMG. You have new weapons in the game, such as the brute shot, and you also have new enemies, such as the little bug things. I'm pretty sure they're called drones, as well as new flood variations, which, who cares about the flood? They suck. The campaign is the most cinematic and longest campaign out of all the games, letting you play as a new character, the Arbiter, which is an elite sentenced to go on a suicide mission to redeem himself for his heresy.
When you first saw Halo, were you blinded by its majesty?
Blinded?
Paralyzed? Dumbstruck?
No.
Yet the humans were able to evade your ships, land on the sacred ring, and desecrate it with their filthy footsteps.
This was the bestseller on the original Xbox for a reason, and that reason is the multiplayer. I personally prefer the multiplayer in this game comparing it to Halo 3 because of the feel, and that every map in this game pretty much got remade in later installments. They were all iconic. And in reality, this is the game that made Xbox Live popular. People felt more inclined to come back to the game time and time again to experience the multiplayer with their friends. Now, most of you are probably thinking, he named off all the popular Halo games. There is nothing left to talk about. I'm here to tell you that you're forgetting the best games in the series, and this one has the best campaign out of all of them, and that's Halo 3 ODST. I know you don't get to play as Master Chief, but that's the appeal to this game. It's more about survival and picking your battles. You need health packs to recover your health. Your weapons are silent so you can sneak by enemies. You have a crazy night vision thing going on to see enemies and items in the dark. You're not a tank. You're a normal soldier in this game, and it shows, which I love it. The soundtrack in this game is super eerie when you're walking the streets of New Mombasa. And it picks up when you get into the epic set piece they have in store for you in the missions when you take control of one of your squad mates and get to experience what they went through in that location. This game also introduced a new staple in the series, Firefight, which is exactly like Gears of War Horde mode. It's probably a little arcadier though. Another awesome thing about this game is that when you picked it up, it came with a copy of the Halo 3 multiplayer with all the DLC maps. So if you didn't get to experience the custom games that I talked about before, you had a chance to now. If 343 modeled their campaigns more like this game, they would be a lot better off rather than taking the Halo 5 approach. Alright, now to talk about the game that started it all. Halo Combat Evolved is the game that hooked everyone in. As soon as you start it up, that main Halo theme starts playing and you're already immersed and interested in what's to come. Then you start up the campaign and you wake up from cryo sleep as Master Chief, and you explore the Pillar of Autumn as it's under attack by the Covenant. The locations and scenery in this game are breathtaking and a blast to explore. The story, I would consider it a great thriller with a lot of deep lore to it, and that's why we have all those books that only the true fanboys read. And then after you beat the campaign, you head straight into the multiplayer with your friends, and the arcadey and fast-paced nature of the game keeps you coming back for more. The sound design is spectacular. And the soundtrack is unforgettable. I'm putting this game so high on my list, pretty much for nostalgia purposes, but when you get a chance to play in the MCC collection, you will start to understand why I feel this way. Then the last game that I hold really close to my heart is Halo Reach. This was Bungie's last passion project with the series right before they started making Destiny, and it really shows how much they cared for Halo. The campaign is the most heartfelt one out of all of them in the series, and you know what everyone's fate is right off the bat. In case you didn't know, the planet gets completely glassed. That's not a spoiler, it's a common fact. You take the role of Noble 6 and fight your way through the Covenant. This is probably why I like this game the most. It's because there's no flood in sight. Firefight has been refined and it's a lot more arcadey this time around, but a lot of fun no less. Then you have the multiplayer, which for me was the best. The customization of armor is crazy. You can unlock so many different pieces, and it felt like I earned all of it when I unlocked a new piece. They ended up throwing in recreations of past maps made in the Forge editor onto the multiplayer rotation, so there was always new content for us to enjoy. I love the DMR in this game, and I really like the armor abilities too. It gave you options without the game feeling like Call of Duty, unlike Halo 4. If you haven't been able to play any of these games, now is the time, because you could play all of them in the Master Chief Collection. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, subscribe, comment, leave a like. Have a good day, have a nice night. I'll see you next week.
What are you looking at? Did you miss me? You need a weapon? Did you miss me? What are you looking at? Did you? What are you need a? What are you? Did you? You need a? What are you? You need a? Did you? What are you? You need a? What are you? Did you? You need a? What are you? Did you? You need a? What are you? Did you? What are you? You need a? Did you? What are you? Did you? You need a? Did you? What are you?